Welcome peeps and freaks, ladies and gents, to another Hearthstone game. Today we're going to be playing a Buffadin. Buff type Paladin, I guess you could say. It didn't work out very well, I guess, last time I played it, but we're going to give it another go. Maybe we'll keep the weapon here. We're going to give it another go. I added a few more spells with Consecrate, Equality, and the True Silver Champions as well. Although they are a little bit... They don't have a much synergy with the deck because obviously they don't get buffed when they're in my hand. But I still think it's worth having them in there, especially equality and stuff, because sometimes you just need the spells to come back on board. Because once your opponent takes control of board, like it's not arena, so then it becomes really, really hard for you to take the board back again when you're playing this type of deck. So the Consecrates, the True Silvers, and the Equality helps out a lot. So we'll see how it goes here. This is a pretty god-awful start from this, I'm gonna say aggro warrior here. So, it's pretty fortunate for us. That's fine, we can draw some cards off this guy now. Yeah, we're not going to use that coin here. I was thinking about coining Blue Guild to just kill it so it doesn't get the extra damage in, but I don't think it's worth it. We can always coin Ivory Knight next turn if we want, and that's pretty decent. We also have the Ragnaros, the Light Lord in our hand to follow up as well. That's also a pretty decent play. But I think now we'll just play on curve. If we play the Azure Drake now, next time we can play True Silver Blue Guild, then on turn 7 we can coin Ragnaros. So I think that's a good line of play here. I guess we want to be a little bit concerned about our health here, so we'll kill the 2 attack minion. Not really worried about this 1-2, especially because the 2-1 is a pirate, so it's a little bit synergistic with the 3-4 pirate. If he wants to buff his weapon somehow, it's nice to get rid of that off the board. Getting a pretty nice Smuggler's run, I think maybe next turn. Hopefully. He goes face here, obviously True Silver trade. And this is looking like a pretty one-sided game, if you ask me. For justice. We're just gonna blow a Smuggler's run here. And we don't want to use the coin because we want to play Ragnaros next turn. So this is fine. Arcanite Reaper. Not a problem. It's really, really nice that he plays this minion, because now we can play Ragnaros the Light Lord next turn, and it will 100% buff our face, right? So we're going to trade this in here. Kill this. So we're going to kill this 1-2 with the weapon, for the same reason. If he runs this 1-2 in here, then the Ragnaros has a chance of actually buffing, healing himself. So we don't want that to happen, so we just kill it off now. Oh, okay, there you go. I mean, he had a really, really horrible start, so it's not really saying much about the deck at this point, but yep, we'll get into another game and see how it goes. So now we're up against a Druid. In the past, Aldor has been pretty good against Druids, but I think I'm going to throw him back, because a lot of the Druids these days are obviously playing Jades, and I mean, on turn 3, they don't really have much more than a 1-1 or a 2-2 on the board, so the Aldor doesn't really get much value. The Doomsayer is a really nice pickup though. Doomsayer is really nice for just cleaning the early minions that a Druid has on the board. Maybe it's like early Jades, or like here, the Living Roots and stuff. You just clean up the board on turn 2. Problem is we don't really have a turn 3 play. We might have to coin out True Silver, maybe. Wow, he's actually only 1 off now, killing this Doomsayer. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, that's bad. Oh well. Okay, we want a top deck Consecrate here, hopefully. It's another reason why I included the Consecrates in the deck. Helps out a lot against Shaman with the totems and stuff. And obviously this type of deck as well. We're just going to play the Aldor for tempo here, I think it's better. Because we want to coin the Finja out next turn. And that'll allow us to get the board back a little bit. And the Aldor is a lot better than the Blue Guild, obviously fighting for a little bit more board control. It's going to be 5, go down to 21, that's fine. He's running pretty low on cards though, which is really nice for us. Hopefully he doesn't manage to pick up a Nourish anything that's going to refuel his hand. No, okay. Get out our Finger now. We're going to kill a 1-1. Start cleaning up the board. If he decides to go face with a 2-2, then it's just a nice trade for our Finger, so we'll leave that up there. If we manage to get some Murloc War Leaders as well next turn, then we can always play our Bluegill.
Where shall I strike?
Okay, it's a little bit awkward now. I think it is better to get our Murlocs out now and kill our Finger. Just because if we wait a turn, we're taking a little bit too much damage. That's 8 on the board now, we'll go down to 9. Obviously I'm healing for 2, but I think it's still a little bit too risky. We want to start building up our board presence now. Then next time we can play Ivory Knight and hit in again with our weapon. So if we take too much damage here, our weapon sort of becomes redundant. Like then we can't really do much with it. We can't hit in or anything. I mean, Swap destroys us here anyway. But I think we have to really concentrate on staying alive. Because he might just want to go face with all 4, go down to 11. Probably still hard for him to kill us then anyway. So this is an awesome swipe. Wait, what was that card? Gain an empty mana crystal for each from the minion. Okay. Wow, that's... I can't remember what mana he was on actually, but it seems like that was pretty good for him. It's okay though. The mana isn't really that relevant when he's only got 2 cards in hand, so this is fine. Try and look for something here. Get away when it's return it to your hand. I'm not really interested in any of that, honestly. I mean, that only does heal for 1, but I think that's fine. I'm not really under too much pressure here. We'll save the weapon. Yeah, we'll save the weapon. We're not going to die here. We can always, if we really need to remove something next turn, we can always Smuggler run into Bluegill and combine that with the board, and we should be able to clear anything we want. This turn we want to concentrate on clearing off this Murloc War Leader as well, so that the following turn we can get Ragnaros to heal our face. Oh, he did it for us. So that's good. So yeah, double Smugger's run, I guess. Seems pretty decent. Into use all our mana up, sorry. Hopefully it doesn't put any damage into this, because we really want Ragnaros to heal our face here. We get down to 11. 12, sorry. It's fine. Really nice to get the Aldor on this, but I think it's a little bit more important to heal our face right now. Although we can kill this immediately with the Aldor. But then this takes 1 damage, and then we get a little bit lower. Yeah, I think this is just better. And we can't attack, so we have to heal our face. Just purely because it's also a 10-10. Like, it trades perfectly into here as well. So he's going to go all face here. Is he going to clear the Azure Drake? Maybe he will clear the Azure Drake. Yeah, okay, it's probably correct. Clear the Azure Drake. Okay, I found the play. I think we want to do this. Okay, now the question is, do we want to Aldor this and then hit in? Like, are we scared of dying here? Do we want to keep alive our 5-3, or do we want this to 100% heal our face? 9. Like, he's not going to do 10 damage in 1 turn, is he? He's used 1 swipe, he's used 1 Feral Rage. I think it's safe to do this now. Do it like this. And then go face here. I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, we were hoping that healed our face, but healing this, I guess, isn't the worst thing in the world. We have already seen a swipe, and we have the equality to get through any massive taunts that we see. So this is actually looking pretty good for us at the moment. Does he have a mulch for this? That would suck. But if he mulches this, we're going to get some crazy value out of this Tyrion. And he also can't hero power down the Divine Shield, because otherwise he just takes too much damage. So it's probably going to be really difficult for him to clear the Tyrion as well. If he didn't do this 8, it would have been lethal with the True Silver draw. I think we're just going to play for value now. Do this. Don't really want to use the equality, even though it's nice to clear these minions. The equality makes it a little bit easier for him to clear this Ragnaros. And the Ragnaros right now is sort of destroying him. Now we just gotta hope he doesn't top deck a mulch. It's a good tree silver target. Goes down to 11. Four and 5. Still doesn't have enough damage though to clear this. He needs a living roots or something else. Maybe he didn't calculate that right. But yeah, well, so far so good, guys. Going pretty good with this Buffadin deck at the moment. I really do think it needs the spells though. Even though it's very counterintuitive to include all these consecrate, like the spells in the deck as well. I actually think it's necessary. Okay, I'm going to keep the true silver here, just in case we don't draw anything good. Consecrate's a really nice draw against the Shaman. Obviously, we do want to draw more minions rather than less because of the Grime Street Outfitter. If we draw a minion this turn, we're probably still going to wait till turn 3 to play this guy. Yeah, we're going to wait here. Hopefully we draw another minion next turn. Preferably a Charger, an Argent Horse Rider, or a Bluegill. Although this deck has actually become a little bit more viable after the update, because obviously without the Small Time Buccaneer and without the Spirit Claws, become a little bit easier to work up the buffs in the early game before. Okay, this is fine. We can play the Grime Street Outfitter here. Murloc War Leader. You know what, that might just be better. Let's see how this goes. It's weird, because you want to first play the Grime Street Outfitter before playing all your other minions, right? But if every single turn we draw a minion, then this is always getting the same amount of value. So I mean, that's also fine. We can go Grime Street Outfitter into Bluegill here. And then obviously trade in for the Flame Tongue. It's really nice. It's also really good here, because he's most likely going to make this trade. And then we can kill whatever minion he plays with the Keeper of Aldermon. He's still running Spirit Claws. Okay, interesting. If he hits this... No, he's not going to hit it. Okay. I think I'm going to do this to keep up our board presence here. Then he can't trade in with the weapon and kill it. Can trade this Bluegill in our True Silver next turn. Hopefully try and kill something a little bit bigger. He is really desperately looking for a spell damage totem here, I think. But I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe not. Maybe he's just looking to buff something for the Flame Tongue. The Findra is a really nice draw here. Do we want to get it out so rapidly though? I think Patches the Pirate is the only type of charge minion he would play. If we trade in here and he rolls a spell damage though, he gets the free kill on this Aldermon. I think that's fine though. With this deck that I'm playing now, it's a game of tempo more than crazy value. Because we have a nice turn 7 play, Aldor Peacekeeper, sorry, and True Silver Champion. Oh, he got everything there. That was perfect for him. So we're definitely going to pull out a Bluegill and a Murloc War Leader here. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. If we Aldor this, it goes down, it goes to 3. Then when this comes out, it'll have 2 health, so it's still going to die to this. So it's better to trade it like this then. Yeah, so this would die anyway. So it's better to just do it like this, and then we'll save the Aldor. So unfortunately we're stuck with these Doomsayers in our hand. We didn't get them early enough. And we are pretty desperately looking for card draw, I guess, now. The Acolytes of Pain, the Azure Drake, and the Ivory Knight are probably our best draws. Because we're coming into the later stages of the game now. We either want Ragnaros, Light Lord, Tyrion, or draw, right? The other cards are a little bit underwhelming considering we want to use up 8 mana this turn. Gonna hold off on the Argent Horse Rider, I think.
For justice.
So clear this. We're gonna hit this 1/1 with our weapon. And we're gonna pass here, I think. I don't want him to bang off this Divine Shield with the weapon. I think we can get more use out of this charge as well instead of 2 extra face damage. So we can clear this with a weapon. Okay, we need to be a little bit more aggressive now, because we are really running out of steam here. So let's play out our hand, and then just go face here. He's going to have to try and get through this taunt. Now we really have to hope we draw into some sort of late game cards. So preferably not the Consecrate, but the Keeper of Alderman, True Silver, Azure Drake, Ivory Knight, Ragnaros, or Tyrion are all fine draws. Okay. Oh, we probably draw the worst thing out of everything. We can play 2 Doomsays here and completely clear the board. So that's getting through the taunt. So is his board better than ours? It is reasonably better, isn't it? Because I want to make this trade, and he makes this trade, or this trade. And then he plays more stuff next turn, and then we can't come back without like an Equality Consecrate. So I think we really have to play the Doomsayers here. We'll just play this and heal for a bit to make it harder for him to make this trade here. Hero Power. Yeah, we want both of them. Just so we're 100% sure it goes off. So the best thing to draw, obviously, Acolyte, Azure Drake, Ivory Knight. Same thing in the last couple of turns. This is coming down to a pretty close game though. So he can clear both of these. Okay. He still can't clear one. Just using the face damage, really. Come on game, give me something good. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, what do we want? What do we want? Lay on hands, beautiful. Yes, 100%. Alright. Let's do this. Lay on hands, that's a really, really nice draw here, the Ivory Knight.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
What's this gonna be? A 3-3? So we could trade this in, Consecrate, and then, I don't know. Nah, I think we just take some value trades here. Because we're like getting close to the end of our deck. We could really get a Consecrate pretty soon. Sorry, Equality pretty soon, I meant to say. We want to clear this 1-1 now, so we can't trade both these into our Ivory Knight. We want to be able to proc his Aya with our Ivory Knight, so we can't trade up into one of our minions that we play next turn. So this is definitely better. So we can Azure Drake Consecrate, but it doesn't clear this Azure Drake, and he also gets another 4/4 back. We do have the Equality Consecrate combo now, though. Pretty good. 6 plus 4. Okay. I can clear the board here. I think this is the correct play. To do this. This. Consecrate. Equality Consecrate now? I think that's reasonably good Equality Consecrate. Sure, that puts this on 1, so it does like Maelstrom Portal or another weapon or something, but I think if we leave his board up and try and wait a few more turns, either we're going to get too low on health, or we're just never going to be able to get board control back. We have to hope he just stops drawing these Jade cards though. So what has he got? He's already done 1 Jade Claws, double Jade Lightning, and Aya. Okay. Okay, so if we turn this into a 3-3, he can still trade into our Azure Drake. But then we have the Keeper of Alderman still on the board, which is pretty good. See what we get here from this. Is it really worth making this a 3-3 when he can just use the weapon as well to trade and kill it into it anyway? I think so. I'm not sure if it's worth using the Smuggler's Run there first or not. It probably was, honestly, because then this bumps to a 4-5. And we do have a chance of drawing the True Silver next turn. I think it's very hard to play this deck. Use his weapon. So now he's out of cards. He doesn't have any Jade cards left in his hand. Okay, that's a really nice draw. And just draw like crazy here. And we do have both our incredibly late game cards still in our deck, so that's really nice. And he is on 7 health, I only just realized. We could overdraw pretty soon though, but I mean this game doesn't look like it's about overdrawing, is it? Okay. We want to kill this guy, I think. We'll play the Grime Street Outfitter now. Into the Tyrion. It is important to note that he hasn't played a single Hex yet, which means every single top deck now could, like, it has a really high chance of being a Hex. And that would be pretty bad. Oh, it looks like it's not. Oh, it's a pretty intense Maelstrom Portal. Oh, and there's our other late game card that we needed. Still looking for a Hex. Didn't get it. Thank God. And there you go, guys. The Buffadin deck beating a Shaman. And, I mean, I guess, I don't know if you want to call this Aggro Shaman, Jade Shaman, because it does have the Flame Reef Faceless. But yeah, I mean, with the inclusion of the True Silvers and the Consecrates and the Equality, I actually think it performs a lot better. Like, a lot better. But yeah, feel free to give the deck a try. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, it helped me out a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.